want to know, have your parents ever embarrassed you?
Yep.
Okay. Matt, you want to go first?
Yes, please. Okay. So my mom, I hope you're listening to this because you know exactly the story I'm about to tell everybody here. My mom is a little overprotective of her children sometimes, and not in the way of like, she doesn't let us do things or whatever. She lets us do mostly whatever we want, but she'll like step in when she shouldn't. Mm-hmm. And I played flag football like my entire childhood through high school. Like I played almost my entire life flag football, and we were at practice, and we were like running routes like a line or something, and this kid just shoves me out of line for no reason. Just pushes me, like no big deal. So I push him back, and I'm like, "Hey, man, what the hell?" And like nothing bad's going on really. My mom, who was at practice, just walks over and goes, "Hey!" I'm like, "Oh God!" My mom starts screaming at this kid. He starts crying.
How old were you?
Last week.
14. Yeah, that's old.
Like 14.
To do that.
Yeah. I was like middle school. So it's just like, Mom, what are you doing? And she's just yelling at this kid. He starts crying. It becomes a whole thing. And then the kid's mom approached my mom at the game. They almost fought. It was a whole thing. I was so mortified. The kid quit the team.
Oh my gosh.
Matt's like, I didn't mean for that all to happen.
I did.
He goes up to the kid like, you can come back.
I'm like, I don't hate you. What? Come on.
See, parents act because they think they're doing what they think is in their kid's best interest, but they're not thinking about the next couple of weeks of school that the kid has to go through. Like, hey, you need your mom to fight for you? Oh, come on, man. I can picture the tormenting.
I didn't go to school with him, thank God.
All right, well, that's good.
Addison, do you have any?
Yeah, just my mom tries to help too much. Like, I had to make a bank account. She goes, oh, I'll go with you. I'm like, no, you really don't have to. So I'll be good. I'm finished. All the paperwork's done. Then she has to walk up to, like, in front of everybody and be like, now, if he wants to go here, can he go to any? Oh, okay. She's like old school blonde, Long Island ditz. So just.
Oh, my God.
All the words are, like, prolonged. Then, okay, now what if he can't make it? Can he do it on his phone? Oh, okay. Just loud.
What's a mobile transfer?
Yeah, exactly. See, that's where that comes. My dad's very good. Like, even when I was a little kid, like we go to New York City, he knew I wouldn't want to be seen with him, so he'd walk like 50 feet behind me.
Yeah,
so it looked like I'm walking by myself in Midtown.
That's not safe.
But just for my self-esteem, it was safe. So,
Jamie,
I can't think of any right now.
Yeah, my parents don't really embarrass me.
My
happens
mom.
to me a lot.
I don't know. I feel like we do it equally, so I can't really think of a time where she's done it where it's more outstanding than me because we just kind of balance each other out in that sense. So I can't think of any right now.
Anthony?
I have one involving our radio station right now.
This is so good.
So we, of course, live stream the Sports Talk show here on Facebook Live. So one day, one of my co-hosts wouldn't shut up about something very stupid. I forget what it was.
I don't know what he was talking about.
It was something stupid.
Oh, Odell Beckham and the Giants.
Yes, it was that. Just on and on, nonstop, just blabbering without any place to go. So Matt is hosting that day, and he looks over and he starts laughing. And he goes, Anthony, look at this, right?
Yeah, because
it's my dad on Facebook Live commenting, would you get that guy to shut up?
Your dad did it?
Yeah.
Well, what happened after that?
I was like, we gotta stop this. We can't let this hit the airwave.
That's funny.
But you were like very close to like saying something over the air.
Yeah, I was, because I thought it was funny.
That is funny.
I know you were embarrassed. I thought it was hilarious.
No, it's funny, but at the time I was like mortified because I thought, because when you said that,
I thought you were talking about you.
No, oh yeah, that's right. But if you would have said that on air, that babbling would have just been circling right back to me, and just, oh, you're the Facebook Live expert.
The Facebook expert is long though.
Yeah, I feel like my parents don't really embarrass me, but like I feel like my siblings embarrass me, and like we embarrass each other.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of embarrassing,
the station is falling apart. Uh-oh. Let me just put that back.
Security!
dude.
Oh my God!
Good as new.
We're good. We're good.
It's falling. It's still falling.
For the folks at home, the desk is collapsing on Anthony right now.
Sean, help.
Get some Gorilla Glue. Ew, that was so voice cracky. Ew.
Oh man, this is the highlight of the show.
I think you should just leave it on the side.
Well, this is more
Oh.
embarrassing than anything else.
He's come to kill
Here
me.
we go, more
To save the
embarrassment.
day.
He's come to kill me.
Who is breaking my radio station? You're fired.
Stop hitting Anthony's head against the wall, Sean.
Let's put this back here. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And now you broke my radio station.
He's innocent, Sean. Stop hitting him.
I'll go get some duct tape.
Duct tape.
Continue on.
But yes, me and my siblings embarrassed.
Oh, wait, wasn't there that one time your dad fell at the mall?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I remembered this off the top of my head.
So I guess the floor was wet. It was like raining outside, and he fell. He slipped in the middle of the mall. I was so mortified that I walked away. I left him there laying on the floor. I was like, "You got this." I walked away. I went to get my mom, like in another store. I was like, "Oh yeah, he fell. He's laying on the floor right now." And she was like, "Okay, I don't want to go over there either. So just leave him." So I left him, and this other guy was like, "Oh, stay down. You can sue the mall."
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
You're like, Dad, get up. No.
Yeah, and then I finally came back, and he was like,
Experimental radio here, folks.
I honestly thought he was going to duct tape my head.
Hold that. Da da da. Don't mind me. I'm not doing anything here. Here, hold that. There you go.
This is
I'm gonna duct
fantastic.
tape your finger to.
It's only funny because Anthony's face was like, I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
All right. Move on.
"Are we good?"
For now.
We're
Okay,
clear.
for now.
I think we're good until it falls on me again.
You're okay? Did it
Yeah,
hurt you?
I'm fine. I'm just like,
Embarrassed.
You can sue
Is it
Sean.
yes, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sean.
But Addison, it's funny that you remember that story for
I don't
some
know,
strange reason.
I'm not trying to be someone else who used to be on the Wednesday show, but that knows too much about your family and life. But I just that stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, oh, she's totally going to talk about her dad falling. Like
I
she did
totally
a year
forgot
ago.
about that. I tried to block it out, I think. But yeah, I could not be bothered. I was like, all right, I'm leaving. So I left him there laying on the floor. He wasn't hurt. Like, I just want to say that. He wasn't hurt. I didn't leave
Was
him
he like
there,
laughing when he
crying.
fell too? Like, oh no.
I don't know. I don't know. He was just like, well, whatever. But he didn't get up. So I was like, okay, if you're going to lay on the floor, then I'm going to leave because I'm not going to stand by you when you're laying on the floor in the middle of Broadway Mall. Like, I'm just not going to do that. So
It's right outside the massage chairs.
that
they
was
have.
that. It was right by, like Haagen-Dazs and like all
Oh,
of that.
yeah,
like
yeah.
literally right in the middle of the mall on like a weekend. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
He's laying next to like a cell phone repair kiosk.
But yeah, and then like me and my siblings, like me and my sister Annabelle, like we give guys each other's numbers. Like we'll walk up to them and be like, "Oh, text her." Like my sister thinks you're cute. Text her. You know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we did do that. And then one time my little sister didn't have her phone on her. She was at a friend's house and she wasn't answering the phone. Her phone was off. And I was like, no. So I drove around the entire neighborhood like looking for her. And then I found her walking her friend's dog, like with her friends. And I was like, get in the car right now. I was like, you're in so much trouble. Like, don't, all of that. And she's like, you embarrassed me. I'm like, sorry,
I embarrass my sister all the time like that. She'll be hanging out with her boyfriend. I'll be like, you didn't take out the garbage. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. And she's like, okay. I'm like, it's not okay, though. When you come home, you're going to feel it and you're going to understand when it's okay. And she's like, okay. She's like, can you stop? I'm like, no.
I know, like me and my siblings, like we also call our mom mommy, like that's just like what we do. But my brother, like he'll make it a point, like when he's with his friends, to be like, oh mom, like he's so embarrassed that he calls her mommy. Like he's always like, oh yeah, mom, and he'll slip up sometimes and be like mommy, and his friends are all like, oh, you call your mom mommy? So like that's like his thing. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, the reason we're talking about this is because a mom from Boston put up a billboard in Times Square with her daughter's dating profile, and it said, somebody please date my daughter, and like a link to her dating profile.
I saw that.
So that's embarrassing. I'd be mortified.
I
I mean,
mean,
for Times Square, that's pretty respectful.
But I don't think
Yeah.
that's
Not
like
gonna
the
lie.
right idea, because if she doesn't live over there and you're
Yeah,
living
she's
in
from Boston.
Yeah, if you're living in Boston and like, you're targeting people from New York and they have to make like a 3-hour drive or something.
Like 4, yeah.
So
and she's
like
30. She's 30. from Boston.
Yeah, but if you're
Yeah.
going to school or you're working in New York, maybe that works out for you. But if not, like, you're targeting the wrong audience.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
targeting Elmo, like people dressed up as Elmo or Batman.
Yeah,
you
he's
gotta
writing
think-
that down on his tail.
All the people in
Sounds like a
Times
good plan.
Square are like tourists, though, I feel like.
Yeah, and a lot and real New Yorkers who can care less.
Yeah.
They'll look at the billboard and who cares?
Yeah, yeah. So,
They'll get the link and like screw you for messing up my day.
yeah, I mean, maybe she'll get a date. She hasn't gotten anything
Can you
yet,
send
so.
voice memos on these dating apps?
On Hinge,
Hinge
you
you
can,
can.
and it's embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed for these people.
Oh yeah, I don't do. I
I've
don't do
seen
the
that.
I told the story like a few weeks ago. This guy that thought he was a horse, and like he had
Yep.
himself neighing on his Hinge profile, and he's like, "Feed me carrots," and all of that.
Why don't we chop off his tail?
It was really scary. I didn't like
Let's
it at all.
interview him. Let's get him on the station.
Hey, how you doing today?
But yeah, the voice prompts.
How long have you had this problem?
The voice prompts on Hinge are absolutely mortifying. Addison, I feel like you
I
do
read
that.
I don't do the voice prompt. I will respond to voice prompts though, all the
Do
time.
a lot of girls have them on their
A
profile
lot of
because a
girls
lot
have
of guys do.
I
Do they
feel like-
actually?
Yes.
I feel like guys are probably embarrassed that their voice doesn't fit the part of what women want.
No, it's good though because I get to hear their voice.
That's what I think. That's a big.
It's good
That's-
because that if they have a bad voice, I'm like, oh no.
For me, it's a deal breaker
Yeah.
too. If the voice is too high, I'm not doing it. If your voice is higher than mine, we've got problems.
Agreed.
I just feel like that's no.
Yeah, I can imagine you don't want somebody that sounds like Gary V, you know?
No, absolutely.
Who is that? I
Like
don't know, I don't know what that
this
is.
went all over your heads. Wow.
What is it? Who is
Anthony
it?
can explain.
Gary V is a celebrity that's an entrepreneur, but nobody has an idea of what he does. He's got a really high-pitched voice. He's a motivational speaker. And basically, he hung around millionaires and somehow became a millionaire. And basically tells you nobody cares about your problems. It's all about the grind. We're building businesses. He sounds exactly like that. Goes on tours and makes just tons of money.
That's the way to do it.
Okay.
My mom said that the woman, like the mom who posted this billboard, so the woman who's on the billboard, her mother is actually dying from cancer. My mom said, and they're helping her look for a husband. I don't know what is
That's
that going to
sad.
do. What? So she has two
Maybe
caretakers.
They could see a wedding. She could see a wedding.
I guess so. Maybe it's just like so she could see a
I don't know.
milestone before
I
she
know.
passes.
Maybe.
But like if you're rushing it, then like this marriage won't last.
Well, she may not be around until the end of the marriage, so she doesn't care.
Yeah, but like the people who got a divorce care.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, she'll find somebody. We'll see. She's got all of New York City, so
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kudos to her. I mean, I don't know how much you got to pay for a billboard like that, but
a lot, I would think.
What does her profile look like? Is it nice?
I mean, I have I think she's a blonde.
She is pretty.
Hang on, Times Square.
Her name's Molly, I think.
Here you go.
Jamie
Oh,
Scott.
perfect. You're the best.
My mom sent it to me earlier.
Yes.
Date my. Oh, it's like a portfolio. It's not like everything's right there.
It's LinkedIn.
Yeah, there's a link.
I
Oh,
can't
LinkedIn? Who said that?
find-
That's my comment. Yeah.
She looks like a high school teacher
Well,
that drinks on the weeknights.
I
That
wouldn't
just hates her
know.
job and her life. The 2 dogs, and mom's trying to help her get a husband now. That's pretty miserable.
I guess she's okay, but she does fit what you have, like what you're wanting, a blonde.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but I'm not going up to Boston.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm
Yeah,
not too
visit
far.
her
Shipping
profile.
up there.
No, I was thinking
Yeah.
shit about the Boston. Yeah. I got the joke.
Ha ha ha! Very funny.
Again, with the looks.
Eleanor's
No,
not
you
very cold.
you make a joke that's not really funny.
No, it was fun. Welcome to Eleanor's show.
I don't really get your humor, but you do
Shipping up-
you.
Shipping up to Boston. You know,
Dropkick Murphy.
Yeah.
I
play it
understood
at
it.
Bruins games all the time.
No.
No? The Sam Adams commercials?
I hear it. I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Eleanor,
No.
Yeah.
No.
it's okay.
Thank you, Jamie.
Listen, they all can't be winners, folks. What can I say?
And New Year's, same Eleanor.
Long day.